speak a little bit this morning about the value, the importance of an anchor. And what I mean by an anchor is something that is turned towards in a constant way, certainly an intention to turn towards what it is, the particular exercise, the particular form is whatever is most accessible for you, whatever feels the most natural for you. What is important is that it becomes a consistent intention. What seems to me to be a very powerful anchor because of the ease of its accessibility lies simply in being aware of what is watching. Having a constant intention to be more interested in what is watching than the objects that are being watched. So in other words, mind is spinning, but there is always something aware of the spinning mind, or there would be no recognition that mind was spinning. There is discomfort in the body, there is always something aware of the discomfort in the body, or there would be no recognition that there was body discomfort. There is activity happening. There is something aware that activity is happening, or you would not be aware that there was activity. But it is a shift from the relationship with the object observed to that which is observing the object. So always noticing all of these events that hold the potential of causing the distraction. And just aware of what is noticing. It's the first level of it. It's always there, or you would not be aware. You don't have to seek it. There would be no cognition of anything if there was not awareness. Place where the lion's share of the time is typically spent is noticing the constant movement and oscillation of mind. This is the first step. It does not have to be noticing. It is whatever is most accessible for you. But in this example, the first step is simply to notice what is aware. The second level of it is to have greater interest in that which is aware than whatever it is that it is aware of. So mind is spinning, there is greater interest in what is aware of the spinning mind and whatever the mind is spinning about. Speaking is happening. Greater interest in what is aware that speaking is happening than what the speaking is about. Discomfort in the body. A greater interest in what is aware of the discomfort in the body than the body's experience of discomfort. And then there begins to be this recognition that as the conditioned hypnosis that speaks this subliminal message over and over again, that the object that is being experienced is what I am. Speaking is happening, it is what I am. Pain is occurring, it is what I am. Body is walking, it is what I am. It is a constant entrainment of mind. But what occurs is that when the interest in that which is aware of the ever-changing phenomena that is playing becomes the intention, it begins to become self-evident that I am aware of the ever-changing scenario. I am not the passing objects. I am what is consistent, which is aware. The objects are constantly changing. And then it is simply feeling into that which is aware. Feeling the awareness, which is discovered to be the I amness. And then the role of the witness begins to relax. And the feeling of the beingness shifts into the foreground. And the experience of doing begins to evaporate. This is an example of one avenue. The avenue is not what is of importance. It is that it becomes an anchor. The avenue can be a constant turning to the feeling of now. Constant turning to the feeling of silence, constant turning to the feeling that lives within. Can be I am meditation, can be whatever it is that provides the most natural access point. For most, it seems, not necessarily during meditation, but in the engagement in life. For most, it seems the easiest access is noticing, because noticing is always so obviously going on. While engaged in activity, it may be too great a challenge initially to look for the source of I, but to simply notice what is noticing the activity is just right there. The greatest use of activity is to root yourself in what is noticing the activity as opposed to the activity at hand. What begins to occur when the habit begins resting in the noticing is that there begins to be a noticing that the nature of the activities begins to morph. The activity stops being generated out of the prison cell of the conditioned mind and starts manifesting spontaneously. The sense of being personally responsible for the actions at hand begins to evaporate. The experience of doing evaporates. And then the oneness of being replaces the experience of separation created through the experience of doing. Simply noticing as an anchor of the life. There must be the hypnosis that who I am is the thought in order for the recurrent familiar mental activity that causes all the distress to continue to replicate itself. Simply watching the process as an anchor, as a way of being